Back with another workout, this time arms with the sacroplasmic system training. Same fundamentals, exact same layout. So we're basically opening up with easy bar curls. We're gonna do 2 clusters. So a cluster entails 5 sets of 5, 15-second rest in between each set of 5. We take a break, we do it all over again. But today we're gonna flip-flop back and forth. We're gonna go bis, tris, bis, tris, bis, tris. We got 5 exercises just like before. We're gonna open up with easy bar curls first, and then we're gonna move on to our tricep exercise. And I'll give you guys some more tips too on like how you can optimize training. A lot of people ask questions like, how can I get my biceps bigger, triceps bigger? How do I feel them more? How do I get that better mind-muscle connection? Well, a lot of it is stabilization, technique. Here's a way you can make sure we keep this optimal as possible. When we're standing, same thing as before. Even though you're not doing squats, you still wanna stand feet shoulder width apart, external rotate of the hips, tight core, so basically a standing plank. And then we can basically keep our shoulders back in adjusted shoulder depression, just like before. So from the side, when we actually have the shoulder depression this way, when we're doing the curl, we don't get this anterior rotation kind of thing going, right? So bringing our arm back here and pulling the weight like this isn't gonna help or benefit at all with your bicep training at all. You're gonna put more stress all on your shoulders, and you're almost basically doing almost like a drag curl, which doesn't really help out because we wanna put all of the stress on the bicep. The further away the muscle group is from the midline, the harder it is. If I'm doing curls down here, pretty easy. My arms here, pretty easy. Getting harder, hardest, hard, right? So making sure we keep that close to midline, shoulders down, trying to touch the floor, chest up. So when we curl, everything stays aligned like this, and we don't get any movement from the bicep. We're gonna keep the bicep and the elbow pointed in that direction the whole time, so we don't have any resting point. So when you pull, right now, you're still under gravity. When we do this, you basically give yourself a rest. And then you're working your shoulders again, right? So here, boom, and down. Anyway, guys, pray for me. This is gonna be a painful one. Set of clusters, weights on, time's going. Let's go. Okay, so first cluster set done, one more to go. So I will lighten the load. You know, I did my reps, but I was seeing myself do a little more of this, a tiny bit. Most people will be like, who cares? Me, it makes a difference because I don't want too much stress here. And then I find that when I do have a little bit more of anterior rotation, it moves my back a little bit. I want to keep this thing totally straight and steady. So again, shoulder depression, keep those arms down. So we can pull up. We're gonna get some help from the anterior delt because we are moving up. It's stabilization, right? We have shoulder depression, and we actually do have a little bit of stabilization and activation from that front delt because you're raising something in front of you. But we don't want it curling down like this. We're not trying to do a most muscular, as sweet as that looks. We're just trying to pull up here, keep the chest nice and high so we can get that full range of motion and get that all the tension sitting on that bicep here instead of being here and shorting out a bit, right? So another thing too, hands, wrists. We don't want any manipulation from here. So we don't need any of this kind of stuff. So when you're curling, there's no point of curling like that and then curling your wrist in. Another thing too, don't let your wrist flop down like this either. I see a lot of people do this. Keep it straight, right? Keep this alignment straight. That's how you basically want to have your wrist. Put it this way. When you have something gripped with your hand, when it comes to gripping a bar, if you punch somebody with that, with how your hand is, would you break your wrist or would you knock somebody out? If I punch somebody like this, it's not strong. Punch them like this, right? Anyway, I'm gonna lower the weight. I got 45s on. I'm gonna put it down to 35s and do it a little better. But again, that's exhausting. Think about when you're training arms, bis, and tris, to be way more precise. You don't have to stimulate growth by adding a ton of weight. You need enough weight to challenge yourself to exhaustion while maintaining close to perfect form. Form's never gonna be perfect, let's get serious. But chasing that perfection is to give you a lot more stimulus, a better stimulus, and optimal training overall, right? So I got 5 reps. I want 5 precise reps. I don't want 2.5, because it's a waste of time, right? Form's a lot better. Okay, so finish here. We're gonna go to the next exercise, just like before. First set of 10, then we're gonna rest 45 seconds, and then max reps. Rest 30 seconds, max reps. Rest 15 seconds, max reps. Rest 5 seconds, partials, and then go right back up, 15, 30, 45. Now again, guys, 2 exercises, 3 exercises. 2 exercises, 3 exercises. Wow, 2 exercises, 3 exercises, just crazy. Right? So no sense of being here for hours and hours on end. We're gonna do our 2 biceps and we're gonna do 3 triceps. Think about this. I just banged these out. How many more bicep exercises do I need to do to hit a muscle group that only has 2 major muscle groups for it? Right? You have different positioning. We have a supinated grip, just basically did that. We get a hammer grip, neutral grip, which is like, you know, we can do that next. And then what else? We can do a pronated grip, which is mostly forearm, this part here. And we get a lot of this from other exercises. We're gonna hit cable rope hammer curls. So good one to do with time and attention. We can load up the weight, have strict form, and then obviously doing the way we're doing, you know, bilateral and not unilateral, right? Alternating bicep curls doesn't really make sense. You'd be here all day doing this for hours. So we're gonna try to do everything basically, you know, bilateral and not unilateral, right? So let's head over and do rope hammer curls. Let's do this. So since we're flip-flopping, we're gonna do our tricep first, our 2 sets of 5 clusters, rope pull downs, and then we're gonna go into our bicep rope hammer curls right after. So same thing as before. I'm gonna let this thing roll and bring you through triceps. Now, how to optimize my triceps? Well, again, shoulder depression, push down. We wanna avoid this kind of stuff, right? So what I want you guys to think about is, again, get a little bit of a hinge back. Don't sit up like this trying to sit into your back with your knees going forward, right? Hinge your butt back a little bit, tight core, pull your shoulder blades back a little bit, shoulder depression, chest up, and then sit over top. See, I'm already pushing the weight down with my elbows pushing to the floor. You do not have to do this with a rope, right? The rope's job is to give you free range of motion when it comes to your arms coming down in this motion. It's very natural. You do not have to do this and pull this. You are not getting any more activation to your tricep. Let me show you. I am now fully flexed my tricep. Does it get any more activation by me doing this? No. So don't waste your time doing this. All we want to do is have free range of motion, be over here, being able to press the weight down and keeping the shoulders from doing this, okay? Absolutely annihilate our joints by lowering his weight up. We just need to stimulate that tricep with as much challenge as we can with good form. So if I give you some really good tips on this and how to like actually give yourself some leverage, you know, how can I get myself behind the weight or in front of the weight, able to use whatever I have around me to help me pull or push something. Think about leverage as being like when you push yourself into the ground. You have leverage from the bench. From here, we want to use that little bit of hinge action. So when you're hinging a bit, right, just the first little bit there, keep that posture the entire time so you can actually feel a little bit of the load into your glutes and your hamstrings, stabilizing you from the posterior angle. And then from there, you feel like you're pushing into the ground with your feet. So you'll feel your glutes pulling while you're pressing. Try that out. It might give you a little bit more, reps, maybe 2 or 3. Try it out. All right, we're actually gonna go right into our bicep exercise. Cable, hammer, rope, bicep curl. Cable, rope, hammer, bicep curls. Let's call them rope, hammer curls. Same rules apply when we're doing bicep curls again. You want the same shoulder depressions. We're pushing the elbows down or we're pulling the weight up. Now, why don't I do pronated, reverse? Well, when I'm doing hammer curls, I'm hitting this part of my bicep, I'm hitting this part of my forearm, right? So I'm getting 2 birds, 1 stone. Now, if I do this, I'm getting way too much of this and not enough of this. When it comes to growth, I find that hammers are probably the best exercise overall to do for just overall girth. Let's get it going. 10 reps, 45-second rest, max reps, 30-second rest, max reps, 50-second rest, max reps, 5-second rest, pulse, and then back on the way up. Back up. Why didn't I do partials? Because it's not required for me to do partials. If it's not in the program, I don't do partials just for no reason. There's partials in my program in this set. So for me to do partials, I'm just taking away from me being able to get the full rep, right? When I get to a partial, it's obviously because I can't do a full rep. But now I can do the full rep. I'm gonna do the full rep until I can't do it anymore, and then I'm done. So I should be able to do a little more here, all the way up. So we're gonna do triceps. I'm gonna head over to close grip bench. We're gonna use the Smith machine if it's available. Close grip press, and I'll do the same format we did here. Same any kind of bench exercise we do. We wanna keep that chest up, shoulders inside of like this. We don't wanna be flared up like this. Shoulder depression, again, here, chest up. Now we're doing close grip bench for triceps. Our range of motion is gonna stop above the chest, right? Because from here to here, triceps, down here, chest. We want to be shoulders apart so we can really open our chest and shoulders right up. Those shoulders can come down flat on this bench. If I make sure that my shoulders are flat on the bench, I won't be able to roll back and forth. So if I do this, my shoulders are up, I can roll back and forth. If I sit my shoulders down on the bench, I can't rock anywhere. And that's how we want to be the entire time we lift. Anyway, so we do this. We're gonna go, the weight's not as heavy for me as I would do in a Smith machine, because as of right now, I don't have anyone to spot me, so that's fine. Again, I'll just make the rep harder. We have first set of 10, rest 45 seconds, max reps, rest 30 seconds, max reps, and so forth, just like last one. Guys, you don't have to load the weight up. You can make the rep harder. And this is nowhere near close to my 1 max, so I can actually take these reps for about 3-second negative max reps. Keep my joint safe and me safe, still with a max pump. Final set with triceps, we're gonna do dips. So we're gonna take our last exercise from the other exercise we've done in the past. We're gonna do 9 total reps. 3 reps of those will be regular, 3 of those will be with a 6-second negative, and 3 other reps will be regular. So 9 total sets with 2 sets, and that'll be it for arms today. So let's see how these hold out. Good to do this is doing it on the assisted machine is really good because you can actually get your reps and you're locked in. I'm not using the assisted part at all. I have it actually pinned up here. So a lot more of that has to be controlled using your core and making sure your shoulders still depressed. So I'm trying my best to keep my chest up when I do this on the way down when I'm going. So if you really want to optimize this and hit triceps, get yourself out a little bit more so you can let those triceps ride down. If we lean a little bit this more, we're gonna get a little more chest. So the more upright your body is and forward, the more tricep you're gonna hit. So you can see even that last little bit for me on this, a little more chest came in. And that's obviously, if you think about it, when you're doing chest properly, when your chest exhausts, your triceps start taking over. If you're doing triceps properly, your triceps should exhaust and your chest starts taking over. So at that point, I know that I'm done. It was good. I got a good pump. All right, guys, that is it with today's workout, guys. Bicep triad with sarcoplasmic system training, guys. If you like the video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share the video, guys. For coaching, johnnyshreve.com. Come get the best shape of your life for the rest of your life. I do personalized training programs like this, nutrition, supplementation, all in all. If you guys want to know what I do, you guys can book a phone consult, and I'll take the price from the consult off of any plan that you pick. Anyway, guys, follow me on Instagram at _JohnnyShreve_. So if you do this plan and do it yourself, tag me, I'll repost it. And then follow my gym too at Impact Fitness 56. Anyway, guys, you know what it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.